I'm going to tell you a story of one of the biggest challenges that I faced while living with autism. On June 26, 2013, just 4 months after I was diagnosed with autism, and less than a month after I graduated high school, I had to testify against my biological father for all the wrongdoings that he has done to me that got him into trouble with the legal system. And mind you, I still wasn't aware that I had autism. And even though I was diagnosed on my 19th birthday, I was still trying to process it, including everything that was going on with the courts that was dragging on for 8 months. And I didn't even have time to think about anything. So a lot was going on at that time period. So basically, I went into the courthouse and sat up at the stand and pretty much swear that I would tell the truth and all that stuff. And I pretty much told the judge and the court of what happened and everything that has happened on the day that my biological father wronged me, for which got him into trouble with the legal system. And as I was telling everyone, and as the court case was going on, and I was being asked countless questions, my dad's lawyer, who is also his friend, this is where it gets interesting, had the audacity to ask me if I was aware that I was autistic. And I was like, yes, I was already aware. And which had nothing to do with what the case was. So that was irrelevant. And he also proceeded to ask me the same questions over and over again to try to make me out to be a liar. Even though he claims it was a different question, but the lawyer who was representing the city that I was growing up in objected to it, and each time she had objected to it, the judge kept saying sustained, and my father's lawyer slash friend kept saying, Your Honor, I think I can do this and that, blah blah blah. And the judge was like, you're asking him the same questions over and over. And obviously the judge was not having it at all, period. So after what appeared to have been forever, they did it a short recess, and after that the judge made his ruling, and the case was dismissed after the judge made his ruling, and I was outside waiting, so I didn't know what was going on. And after the case was over, everyone walked out of the courtroom, and the lawyer who was representing the city that I grew up in told me that my biological father was found guilty. And even though it was hard for me, she congratulated me on my bravery. I don't remember everything she said, but for me to take a stand, despite me being autistic, shows the amount of strength and courage that I didn't know I had. And the reason I brought that up is that the part where my dad's lawyer slash friend asked me if I was aware I was autistic, it's because he was trying to use my autism against me to try to confuse me or whatever it is he was trying to do. I don't know, because it was random, it was brief, so I don't know what he was trying to achieve, but it didn't help my biological father's case. So my biological father was found guilty, and I got the justice that I deserve. And looking back on this, and the reason why it was the biggest challenges that I faced is because, one, I have never done anything like this before. Two, with me being autistic, that can take a toll on me. But despite all this, I got through it. I told my truth, and I got the justice that I deserve. So, yeah, it was crazy, but at the same time, it was amazing. Not the court stuff, but the fact that I got to testify and bring my biological father to justice. So, the lesson I took back on it, looking back at it now, is to never let anyone, regardless if you're in a court case or anywhere in general, never let them use your autism against you, especially in challenging situations. And even though court cases like the one that I faced is challenging, and even though you're autistic, don't let it discourage you from speaking out your truth and getting the justice you deserve. It takes a lot of courage to speak out and bring the people that have wronged you to justice. So that was one of the biggest challenges that I faced while living with autism. Don't forget, I'm selling autism awareness bracelets to show love and support for people with autism. With each purchases, we are spreading love and support for people with autism. Want to purchase these bracelets or any of my other products? Visit my website and place your order. Link is in my bio. I'm also having a spring sale, which will go on until June 20th. Everything is half off, all for a fair price. But hurry, spring sale ends on June 20th. Use the promo code SPRING25 to get the sales price.